Hi, I'm Kirk Scott with Scotty's True Value in Rigby, Idaho. An informed voter is a good voter. We have sponsored this debate so Jefferson County voters can be more well informed. So please tune in.
Hello, I'm Nate Eaton with EastIdahoNews.com. Welcome to part one of our Jefferson County Town Hall Political Candidate Series. This event is sponsored by Scotty's True Value, and we're joined with a studio audience here at Harwood Elementary tonight. We are glad that they all could come out, and we're thankful for all of you watching this on our website. Our first conversation tonight is with Jefferson County Commissioner Scott Hancock. He was elected to the 2nd District in 2014 for a 2-year term. He is running unopposed. Mr. Hancock, thank you for being here tonight. We're giving all of the other candidates who are running opposed 60 seconds for an opening statement. Is there anything you want to say to start us off?
Well, I just want to thank you for the opportunity to take a few minutes and talk to the patrons of Jefferson County. There's one thing about it. I didn't run for a commissioner because I wanted glory or anything, but I felt that I had something that needed to be added to the county. And it has been a great opportunity to serve the constituents of Jefferson County. We have seen some great changes in the last 16 months, and we continue to hope that that will continue forth through the next term. But I really feel like that it's so important to make sure that we lead this county in the right direction. And for that purpose, I have decided to continue. I've seen some great things happen, and I think there's many things happening on the horizon that I would like to see through.
Thank you. We now have 5 questions. You'll have 90 seconds to answer these questions. We have a timer over here. She will hold up a 60-second cue, a 30-second cue, and at 10, if you can begin to wrap. We don't want to have to hear the alarm go off or that happen.
Our sponsor kick us out, right?
Good thing we're not live. We'll get that up. Is that a great way to start or what? All right, our first question. What do you hope to accomplish in your 2nd term?
Well, in the 2nd term, there's some major issues that need to be addressed, one of which is the issue that we have about housing in our courthouse. We have our probation office, that we are leasing facilities there. We've got to take care of that. We're looking at the issue of constructing a new facility, an annex to the courthouse to cover our probation. We've also needed an office for our prosecuting attorney. So that building is something that's very important that we need to take care of during this next term. We need to continue looking to the future too. As our county continues to grow, we need to make sure that we are doing the right things for the right reasons, the right way, to take care of the growth, to take care of the necessary services that we need to, and to live within the means, meaning the taxes and the budgets that we have established for our county, that we need to continue to make sure that we have balanced budgets and that we're able to meet the needs of our citizens here in the county. And so with those issues, I will help push those through and make sure that we come up with some solutions that will be to the benefit of all of the county.
Our second question, we hear a lot about transparency in government, both at the federal level, the state level, and the local level. Have the Jefferson County Commissioners been completely transparent, and how do you plan to improve that going forward?
Well, in the last, as I said, since I've been in, we've been very aware of this issue. We have been very diligent in making sure that we are as transparent as we possibly can be with the issues that we can be. There are some government issues that we need to do in executive sessions, but we have been watching that very carefully, and if there's any areas in which we feel that there's concerns, we let the public know about those. We've held public meetings. The Great Feeder was a issue that we worked with and dealt with, and there was some very touchy issues there, but we were able to do most of all of that in open session. And so, yeah, we're continually to work for that, and I hope that the new commissioner that comes in also sees it the same way, so that we can continue to be aware of the needs of the county and then let the people, the citizens of our county, know what's happening.
The county commission has sometimes been accused of having an adversarial relationship with the media, and sometimes it's been hard to access some of the commissioners as far as asking questions. Do you believe this is true, and what do you plan to do to improve those relationships as far as getting your message out through media channels to the residents?
Well, I would have to say that in the past there may have been some of that. In the last year, I think that you can see and talk to other media sources, primarily Charlie with the Star. I think we've been as open as we possibly can, and more than happy to talk to Charlie and answer questions that we have, and before we get killed here, sitting here. But anyway, we want to let them know that we do and are open and are trying to make sure that we address any media's concerns and get them out in the public.
Last year, Sheriff Blair Olson was convicted of misusing public funds and was sentenced to serve time. The Attorney General sent a letter criticizing the County Commission. Have you read that letter?
I have read that letter.
What changes have been implemented, and what changes do you plan to implement going forward to make sure there's more accountability?
Well, you know, that's an interesting thing. Most of the criticism was from prior commissioners and prior times. Before the letter was ever received by us as commissioners, and we've got Commissioner Farnsworth here, and he can attest that we had addressed most of those issues before they ever came out. We saw an issue with training. We saw an issue with accountability. We saw some issues with some of the ways that things had been handled in the county, and we put forth measures to correct that, because we could see that there was some issues that needed to be addressed and needed to be taken care of, so that we didn't find ourselves in that same boat, you know, down the road, someone else saying, well, I didn't know that was a problem. We have put, like I said, training. We've been very diligent in some of our SOPs that we're working to, and some of the things that we want to make sure happen out there in the county. We've put some things in place to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Not to say that you couldn't see something like that, but not of that major magnitude, but little things still happen. We've got people that are humans that are in the county as employees, but we're doing all that we can from a commissioner standpoint to correct those things and to make sure that they're going forth in the right manner.
A lot of people have told us on our Facebook page and on social media that they're concerned about wasteful government spending, again, at the federal level, the state level, and maybe at the local level. Are there areas in the county that could be cut or better examined to maybe move dollars around?
Well, you know, we have been doing that as commissioners already. We've looked at our budgets, we look at what's been spent, and we are more than, you know, in the federal system, if you don't spend it, you don't get the same budget next year. We make all of our departments justify the reasons that they are asking for their budgets and what they used last year. Can we cut if we can? And they've been very good, the department heads, of trying to make sure that what they are spending is what needs to be spent. Not just, oh, well, we didn't use this much, so I've got extra out there and we're going to go spend it. Now, the second phase of that, we do look at the way the money is spent also. We look at, you know, is it beneficial? Are they being efficient? Are they doing the very best with the funds that they've got? We want to make sure that that money is being spent to the very best benefit of the taxpayers of this county. And we take that responsibility very serious, because it's not fair for our taxpayers to be paying the money in and then to see it wasted. So we're very careful about that. To say that we've got everything totally corrected, because we can't micromanage everything, and we're not going to try to. That's why we have good department heads. But we do watch that, and we're very concerned about that.
Thank you. We'll now take a few questions from our audience. Andy asks, is there a possibility of any funds being allocated for county at large animals such as stray dogs so they can be taken to the Idaho Falls Animal Shelter? Idaho Falls Animal Shelter charges about $23.50 a dog. You
know, we haven't really addressed that issue. We know that we do not have any facilities here within the county, animal shelters for that purpose of taking in stray dogs and that. I mean, if someone comes forth and has a plan and there happens to be some funds available, we'll definitely look at it. I'm not going to say we won't, because we realize that may be a void that we have within our county.
It looks like that's all the questions we have. We will give you 60 seconds to say anything else that you want to say, and give a closing statement if you want to say anything else.
Just a few things. I just want to tell you that I really believe in this county. I believe in the people. I think that this is a wonderful place to live. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be serving here. But we have good people. We really do. This is a good community. Even though there may have been some contentions and people felt that things weren't done right, I'll tell you, this is a good place to live. It really is. And we have a lot of good people. And there are a lot of good people that work for the county and that are serving in different capacities in this county that really have the right intentions and are trying to do the right things. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate the people. Thank you.
Commissioner Hancock, thank you again. This is Commissioner Scott Hancock. He is running unopposed, and the election is on May 17th. We encourage you all to get out and vote, and thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Kirk Scott with Scotty's True Value in Rigby, Idaho. An informed voter is a good voter. We have sponsored this debate so Jefferson County voters can be more well informed. So please tune in.